So my hope today is, regardless of where you are mentally or emotionally, if you can physically stay with your breath this afternoon and focus on whatever happy thoughts you can create, that's a really, really good thing. Obviously, we need some happy thoughts with everything that's going on in the world right now. And I didn't want to get stuck or feel undue pressure. So as you're sitting here breathing, I'm going to read you some happy thoughts. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And another full breath in and a full breath out. And let's just start quiet for a moment. So whether you're seated or lying down, place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. And with each breath you take, feel your heart lift and your lungs inflate. Pause. And then with a nice slow breath, let that all go. There's a happy thought. You're breathing. Take another really full inhale, filling up and lifting up, finding a lightness. And then a nice slow, steady exhale so you can ground. So, happy thought number one, that first breath of your yoga practice. Knowing you're going to take the next 60 minutes and breathe as deeply and completely as you can. And once we start to move, you'll couple that with the movement. And you'll work at really filling up and feeling how the breath moves through your body. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Kindness. That's another happy thought. Being kind not to others, but being kind to yourself. Taking the time that you need to remember this too shall pass. To be patient with yourself. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in. One more breath out. And as we move through class, I might throw out what I consider a happy thought here or there, and maybe it resonates and maybe it doesn't, but just keep hanging in there with me. Maybe I'll hit on something that will create some happy thoughts for you. So one of my happy thoughts is I have rooms that I can move to keep my virtual practice alive. So today, as you can see, we are in my music room. If you happen to notice, I've got my baby grand behind me. This is a smaller room, but it's more intimate. I have pictures on the wall, and this is where I go when I need to be by myself. I close the pocket doors and I sit and play. Today I'm going to do some yoga with you. From wherever you are, lying down or seated, let's come into our seats and really ground down for just a moment, bringing the soles of your feet together and opening up your knees nice and wide. We're going to take a little bit of a hip stretch. So take a full breath in and a full breath out. And as you're seated, if you find yourself rounding over, grab a pillow or a cushion off the couch to sit on it and elevate your hips. And then really take a full breath in, drawing your spine nice and long, getting that disciplined seat. Draw the shoulders down your back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then with your next breath, start to lift the arms up, stretch open, reach high. Maybe you look up. And then exhale, bring the hands right down through heart space. We'll do this 2 more times just to warm up. Take a full breath in, lifting up. Pull in through the low belly. Stay strong and tall. Exhaling, bring the hands back down. We're just practicing to move and breathe. Inhaling again, lift the arms up. And then exhale, bring them to your heart space. Patience. That can be a happy thought. Knowing that when you take that big, beautiful breath in, you'll be able to pause, collect yourself, and be patient for what comes next. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. Bring your hands outside your knees, close them up like a book, And let's come to our knees. If you have a blanket or a towel you want to put underneath them to cushion it more, but I'm thinking that maybe your mat on a carpeted area is enough. So press the tops of your feet flat into the mat and take a full breath in, again sweeping up the arms, bringing the hands back down to your heart space. I want you to stretch your right foot out to the side, okay? So take the foot out, toes point forward. Stay nice and straight through here. Your alignment goes from knee to hip, shoulder. Take a full breath in, reach the arms up. And then keeping the hands up, let's lean toward that extended leg. Now pause here, because if you're like me right now, I am super tight and I can feel this all through my left ribs. So pause and breathe here, drawing the left shoulder back. Stay confident through all 5 fingers on your left hand, reaching toward that wall a little bit more. Feeling the side ribs stretch, and that right hand might be gliding down your leg. That's fine. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. Come back up so you're centered, arms extended, and then take the left hand down. And again, go nice and slow. Fingertips find the earth. Pause with your right hand straight up. Spread all 5 fingers nice and wide. Turning the palm down, start to stretch it over toward the left. Draw the hip flexor forward and the right shoulder back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And as you lean back, that's fine. That's what that left foot is for. It's like a kickstand. Inhale, come on back up. Bring your hands to your hips and pause. We're going to take that really slow on the other side too, and then we'll bring a little bit more breath and movement together, all right? So staying on your knees, whether you're on a towel or this is good enough, stretch out the left leg, point the toes forward, take a full breath in, sweep the arms up, and then again, nice and slow, taking time. Let's take the left hand down and nice and slow. Pause with the right hand right over your head. And then as you breathe into this, take a full breath in and a full breath out. Keep pushing that right hip forward. But draw the right shoulder back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Come on back up to center. And then nice and slow, let the right hand go down to the ground. Left hand is high, spread all 5 fingers nice and wide, palm down, stretch it out, lean over. Oh, feels so good. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, and then come on back up. Okay, so this does have a name. It's called gate pose. So come back to your knees, take the right foot out again, toes forward, sweep up big and tall, take a full breath in, exhaling, go toward the extended leg, inhaling, come back up. Exhaling, hand down, right hand goes over. Use your core. Inhale, bring yourself back up. One more time, go toward the extended leg. Inhale, come back up. Keep pulling into the low belly. Last time over to the left. Bring it back up, using your breath. Hands to hips, bring the knees back in underneath you. Take a full breath in, sweep up, take a little bitty back bend. Exhaling your hands right back to your heart space. Pause, extend the left leg out, toes point forward. Open up the arms, take a full breath in as you lean out over that extended leg. Keep pushing the right hip forward, taking the right shoulder back. Using your breath, come back to center and let the right hand go straight down. Keep moving, creating a little bit of warmth, a little bit of heat, using your core to bring you back up to center. One more time, over to the left, toward the extended leg. Take a full breath in, come back up. Last time, right hand goes down. And use your core, bring yourself back up. Hands back to hips, bring your knees back underneath you. Walk your hands out in front. Let's come into downward facing dog. So spread your hands out nice and wide. I just needed to stretch myself. That feels so good. So take your time, pedal out your feet. Hey John, happy birthday. Big breath in, big breath out. Pausing in your down dog. There's your next happy thought, down dog. Let's face it, the only time we really think about down dog is when it's time to do yoga. But if you've ever watched your puppies, they do it every single day, multiple times a day. Down dog, up dog. It's how they stretch out their spine, getting length, flexibility, little freedom. So now as you pause in your down dog, take a nice deep breath in, open your mouth, sigh it all out, maybe shake your head right to left or yes and no. Excuse me. Big breath in. Another full exhale out. Inhale high up onto your toes. Keep pulling into the low belly. On your exhale, glide into plank. Pause here in plank, taking a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in. Exhale your hips high, downward facing dog. Again, we're just going to start to come into the breath and the movement. You could close your eyes here. There's nothing to see. It's all about the breath, warming yourself up as you breathe in and out through your nose. So keep your mouth closed, but don't squinch your teeth together. Release the jaw, soften your eyes. Take another full breath in, lift up onto your toes. Heels are stacked high above them, and then glide forward on your exhale into plank. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Pause here. Keep lifting through the thighs and the low belly. One more breath in, and then exhale your hips high, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. And just keep pausing when you get to that moment where you have to find some stillness. There's another happy thought. If you haven't figured it out by now, there's a lot of time these days to practice being still. And for many people, that's probably really foreign and quite uncomfortable. I know it is for me. I always have a very hard time being still. Thank God for meditation, and thank God for yoga. So take a nice deep breath in and another breath out. And when you come into that stillness, let it bring some happy thoughts to you. Now's your opportunity to focus on the positive. You're taking care of you. Just keep anchoring back into your breath and being kind when your mind takes you elsewhere. Take a full breath in, lift up to your toes. Exhale, walk, step, or jump your feet right between your hands. Let's move a little bit here. Inhaling for a halfway lift, and then exhaling, forward fold. Take a full breath in as you sweep up to stand. Lift up, let the shoulders go with you, and then exhale, lead with the heart. Forward fold, taking your hands right down to the ground. Don't have little limp noodle arms. Be focused and confident in the strength of your arms as your fingertips hopefully reach the ground or press against your shins. Take another full breath in for a halfway lift. And then exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank. Take a full breath in plank, pausing here, feeling that energy come up through your toes and your arms. Lifting up through the hips and the low belly just a little bit more. Now you decide you can take your knees down and then bend your elbows to lower all the way down, or from full plank, keep those elbows tucked, lower to the ground. Untuck your feet, pressing down through the tops of them. Draw your shoulders back for a cobra. Exhale, release. We're going to do 3 more cobras. So take your time and take a nice deep breath in as you inhale again for cobra. And you use the full exhale to release. And then once again, you inhale for cobra and you exhale to release. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Beautiful. We're back in down dog. Pedal out your feet and find that happy thought of stillness. Soften your face. I think with most happy thoughts, you should be able to find some grounding, some simple release. And maybe that just means softening your eye gaze. Take another breath in and another breath out. One more breath in and one more breath out. Okay, let's move through another Sun A. So inhale up to your toes. Exhale, glide forward into plank. No. Go back to down dog. I'm allowed to make mistakes. It's okay. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. It's called a redo. Redos are happy thoughts. See, I'm smiling. This is a good thing. Inhale up to your toes. Look forward. Walk, step, or jump your feet right between your hands. Take a full breath in for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise high to stand. Lift up. And then exhale, forward fold. Taking your fingertips either down to the ground or pressing against your shins. Inhale for that halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold again, planting your hands, walking your feet back out to plank. Choosing here to either keep your knees up or lowering them down. Squeeze those elbows into your side bodies and then lower all the way to the mat. Inhale for cobra. Exhaling, release. Tuck your toes, push back through knees or full plank, and lift your hips up nice and high, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Music is one of my happy thoughts. As you can see behind me, or maybe you notice, there's a grand piano back there. I got to play a beautiful set with my daughter yesterday, my singing yoga licensed massage therapist child. I hope you caught it, and if you didn't, you can always go to her page and check it out later. She's pretty good, but I'm her mom. Shh. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale the right leg straight out behind you. Push through the heel. And then on your exhale, bring that foot forward and plant it by your right thumb. Take a full breath in as you rise up for Crescent. Pause in your Crescent, allowing your muscles to firm and hug up to the bones. Keep that right knee right over the right ankle and stay high on the left toes. So the heel is right above your left toes. And then press that left thigh back. Your strong legs are holding you. This is your structure, it's your alignment, your foundation. Take a full breath in. Take the left arm forward and the right arm back, and you're going to twist open, drawing that right shoulder back. Keep your legs right where they are. If your knee started to cave or wing out, focus on it. Bring the knee right back over the ankle. Take a full breath in, bring both hands back up, and then exhale, hands down. Either jump switch or walk your left foot forward and take your right foot back. Pause and find your alignment, your grounding, your foundation. That's where your strength comes from. And then when you inhale, rise up strong. Crescent on the left. Pause and breathe. Pull in through the low belly, stacking your shoulders over your hips. You got this. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And from here, you're going to take your right arm forward and twist open, taking your left hand back. Stay active through all 10 fingers. A lot of energy flowing through you right now. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then with your next breath, bring both hands back up to frame your head. Full inhale. Exhale the hands down. Bring the foot forward so you're in a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Big breath in as you rise to stand. Get strong, get energized, and then sit your hips back on your exhale for chair. So you have options here. Close your eyes. Look at me. Bring your hands to your heart space. Cactus them. But keep dropping your tailbone, pulling into the low belly. And if you happen to take a look down and you cannot see your toes, pull your hips back a little bit more. Draw your knees back a little bit more. You should be able to see your toes. Weights in your heels. Yep, I know you're still here. And chair may not be anybody's happy thought. But keep coming back to your breath and let that anchor you right in through your heels. Stay grounded and stay strong. Your foundation is key here. Take one more breath in and then straighten your legs and forward fold. Toe heel your feet apart. Let your right hand come to your left elbow and your left hand come to your right elbow and release any tension in your neck. Let your head just drop. Let gravity come in for this ragdoll. You can swing a little bit right to left. Maybe that releases some tension in your low back. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. And then bring your hands back down to the mat. Toe heel your feet back in underneath your hip points. Take a full breath in for that. I hope I didn't lose anybody. Take a big breath in, reach back up. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your hands down, walk your feet back out to plank and pause. Stay here strong in your plank. We're going to move into side plank. So if you prefer to modify that, take your right knee down under your hip. And that doesn't mean it's far behind you. I mean, literally take the right knee and place it underneath the right hip. If you already know you can do full side plank and you're there, stay strong. Big breath in, big breath out. And here, you can stay and breathe for as long as you can. And if you decide full plank is too much, come into the modified. Because I want you to be able to pull into the low belly and maybe you lift that top leg. Maybe you take the left hand forward, palm down. Keep drawing the shoulder back. And if you're in modified, you can press into the top of that right foot. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then with your next breath, close it all down. Lift your hips high, downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Maybe bend both knees so your shins come parallel to the mat. You're stretching and you're giving yourself some space. You're being kind as you breathe into your body and allow what you need to allow to happen. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale up to your toes. glide forward, come back into plank. We need to finish off the other side. So if you want to come into modified on this side, again, taking the left knee down directly under the hip, extending the right leg out long behind you, or be high on your toes and roll to the outside of the left foot. Open up into your side plank, strong and tall. And tall meaning you're grounded through your left hand, and then your shoulders stacked over that, and the right hand is reaching high, and it's one beautiful line from fingertip to hand. Breathe if you decide to lift that top leg or take the right arm forward, palm down. Stay strong in your breath. And be kind to yourself if and when you've had enough. Take one more breath in, one more breath out. Go back to downward facing dog. So here's another happy thought, freedom. The freedom to choose. The freedom to be able to do what you need to do when you want to do it, right? So I don't know if people would agree with this, but at this point, we've been in our houses for a long time, and maybe that doesn't feel like freedom. Maybe you are jonesing to get outside and go back to what life used to be. That's great. I get it. But there's a freedom here in this house. I have the freedom to go from room to room. I have the freedom to practice my yoga or my meditation, and I sure as heck have the freedom to eat whatever I want that's in the house. Doesn't necessarily make me happy when it's done, but it's a choice. Take a full breath in as you lift that right leg straight up behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, planted by your thumb. Take a full breath in. Let's rise and breathe into Crescent, taking a full breath in and a full breath out, and then swivel that back foot down and open up into Warrior Two. Pause here for just a couple of breaths so you can find that alignment, the foundation and the base that you need to keep you strong in this pose. So keep anchoring into your breath. Let that come right down through your center and out into your feet. The right knee is tracking open toward the right pinky toe, and you're really grounding down on the outside of your left foot. Take a full breath in, flip the right hand, stretch it up, reach it back, and then exhale, let's come into side angle. So side angle is resting that right elbow lightly on the right knee. Lift the left hand high, but don't wing the arm out far behind you. Practice reaching for the alignment. The strength of the pose is stacking bone over bone. So here you are with the right knee stacked over the right ankle, still pushing out on the outside of that left foot. Stay light in that right elbow that's resting on the knee, and keep the left hand high. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in, one more breath out. Now you can stay right here or take the left arm forward, palm down, or you can turn the hand around and bring the back of the hand almost over to the top of the right thigh if it reaches. And then if you want to come into a bind here, again, these are all options. You don't do any of this. You can reach underneath that right thigh and see if your hands meet. Now, mine don't. So I would either get a strap here or just make the motion of the right hand reaching back, because I really want you to keep drawing the left shoulder back. Sometimes we have this thing that we bend over to try to make that right hand meet. I don't want you to hinge forward. I want you to lean back into it. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Bring the hands down to frame the foot, come out up to the left toes. Take the left knee down to the mat, and then rise up into Anjaneyasana. Yeah, I know you were in side angle for a long time. It's okay. You're breathing. You have choices. You have the freedom to choose and change. Exhale, bring the hands down, come off the left knee. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Come back to your plank. Increase the breath. Full breath in, full breath out, and then decide if you're going to rinse that off or go right back to downward facing dog. Again, happy thoughts, freedom, choices, flexibility. Be kind. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, inhale the left leg straight up behind you. Really push through the heel. And then draw the foot forward on your exhale, planting the foot by the thumb. And you can certainly use your hands to bring that foot up and lift it up right by your left thumb. Take a full breath in as you rise strong into crescent here. And again, you're looking for that strength and alignment. So take a full breath in and a full breath out. Keep drawing that left knee open toward your pinky toe, and then with a nice strong breath from Crescent, swivel the back foot down, open up into Warrior Two here. Left hand is forward, Right hand is back. You're still drawing that left knee open toward the left pinky toe, and you're really grounding down on the outside of the right foot. Come back to your breath. Maybe that's your happy thought. As you breathe deeply into this pose, you anchor not only into the breath, but you anchor into your feet, keeping you strong and committed to what you're doing. Flip the left hand, take a full breath in as you sweep it up, and then exhale. Let's come into side angle on this side. Again, you're resting that left elbow lightly on the left thigh. Be sure that the left knee is still stacked over the ankle and you're still pressing out on the outside of the right foot. Stay strong here with that right hand nice and high. If you want to come into the bind here on this side, turn the hand around and place the back of the hand on the sacrum, and with each breath, as you draw that right shoulder back, maybe the top of the right hand ends up on the top of the left thigh. You can stay right there, or you could start to breathe in and take that left hand around and see if you can connect the hands for your bind. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in. And then we're going to release the hands and bring them back down to frame the foot. Come to the right toes and pause. Take the right knee down, and with a full breath in, sweep up for Anjaneyasana, lifting up, stretching through that right hip flexor. And then exhale, bring the hand down, take the foot back to plank. Pause in your plank. Keep lifting through the thighs and the low belly, and then bend your elbows and lower all the way down. And from here, when you lower down, as you lift into cobra and you have like this burst of energy, energy is a happy thought. Maybe you straighten the arms and float the thighs right off the ground, staying on the tops of your feet, and just your hands for up dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Beautiful. I'm pretending I can hear you. So make it audible. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Take another breath in and another breath out. We'll move through another round of standing poses, and then we're going to come into some balance. Balance is a happy thought for so many reasons, right? It's your favorite yoga studio, isn't it? It's mine. Take a full breath in as you lift the right foot straight up behind you. Push through the heel, bend at the knee, and then stack your hips open. If you want to flip your dog and you have the space to do that, by all means. If not, and you're still in three-legged down dog, take another big breath in and then exhale. Bring that foot down to meet the left. With a full inhale, lift the left leg out straight behind you. Push through the heel. Feel all your muscles hugging onto your bones, drawing everything into center. Bend the knee, stack the hips, opening up in the other direction. And again, flipping your dog is always an option, provided you have the room. And then we'll come back to three-legged down dog and place the foot next to the right foot. Take a nice deep breath in. Lift high up on the toes. Stretch out the toes. Exhale, let the heels release. Full breath in as the right leg goes out straight behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, planted by your thumb. Inhale, strong for your crescent, lifting the arms up or choosing to drop the elbows. Pay attention to your shoulders. Breathe into those sticky parts of your body. And then with your next breath, let's come into warrior two. So swivel the right foot or the back foot down. Where are we? Swivel the left foot down. Nice big breath in, big breath out. Flip open the right hand, stretch it up, reach it back. Come into side angle. Rest that elbow light on the knee. Breathe the left hand high. Turn the palm forward and then let that hand go right over your ear. With a big breath in, sweep the right hand out to meet it, and then using your core, come on back up into your warrior two. Breathe deep into your belly. Find the strength from the alignment of this pose. So your right knee still out over the right ankle, and you're grounding down to the outside of that left foot. And now we're just going to breathe and move, and you have tons of options here. So flip that right hand, inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the ground to frame the right foot. Come to the left toes and pause. Be strong and succinct in your movements, matching it to your breath. Take a full breath in, and that right foot goes back to meet the left. Pause in your plank. Take another breath and decide if you're going to lower all the way down. Inhaling for cobra or up dog. And then exhale your hips nice and high. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in your down dog and a full breath out. Pause and breathe. Take a full breath in as you lift the left leg straight up behind you, and then bring the foot forward, plant it by your thumb. Strong inhale as you lift up for Crescent again. And again, you pay attention to your shoulders, so if you need to take those elbows down, you do it. Keep lifting through the heart. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Stay strong in your legs, knowing that you're going to be moving shortly into Warrior Two. So from here, left arm goes forward, right arm goes back. Swivel that right foot down and really ground down to the outside of the right foot. Pause here in your Warrior Two on the left. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in and a slow breath out. And then flip that left hand, stretch it up, reach it back. Exhaling, let's come into side angle. Sweep those the right hand nice and high. Palm facing forward. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, and you can start to gently take that hand out right over your ear. And then when you're ready, pulling into the low belly, staying strong, straighten out the left arm to meet it like you're holding a beach ball. Big breath in, come on back into your Warrior Two. Pause, stay deeply bent in that left knee, and then flip the left hand, stretch it up, reach it back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame the foot. Pause, coming back up to your right toes, and then take the left foot back to meet the right. Breathing through your plank and deciding to rinse it off through a flow, go back to your down dog, or maybe it's time for a child's pose. Now there's a happy thought for you. I don't know why people don't see that more often. God forbid we take a break. Breaks are good. Bring your big toes to touch, take your knees wide, let your arms come out in front of you, let your forehead come to the mat. If it doesn't make it there, stack your hands right underneath your forehead. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Pausing and breathing. Being grateful for the freedom to choose. Being grateful for the breath. Being grateful for some kindness. Let that kindness wash all over you. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. From your child's pose, come on up to your fingertips like you have tennis balls underneath your hands. And then nice and slow, walk your fingers over, just spider crawl your hands right off the mat, stretching out the left side of your body. Keep drawing your hips back. Take a big breath in as you walk your hands back in through center. Pause, take a big breath in, then exhale, walk your hands right over to the left, stretching out the right side of your body. Keep drawing your hips back. And then spider walk your fingers right back to the center of the mat. Ground your hands. Press down behind the index knuckle and the thumb pad. Stay strong on the inner sides of your hands to take the pressure out of the outer edges of your hands. And then when you're ready, lift your hips, tuck your toes. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. How you doing? Are you cycling through any of your happy thoughts? At the end of class, I would love for you to just shoot me a quick note. Tell me what your happy thoughts are. Just one. No big deal. Maybe your happy thought is finishing up and it'll be 5 o'clock somewhere. Most definitely it will be. Doesn't matter if it's Monday. As far as I'm concerned, every day's Friday. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Lift up high into your toes with a full inhale on your exhale. Walk your feet forward right between your hands. Take that full breath in for a halfway lift. Feel your heart go forward and the crown of your head go forward. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your hands grounded, whether they're on the floor or pressing against your shins. And then with your next breath, sweep up big, sweep up bold. Bring your hands right to your heart space and pause. Press the right hand into the left hand. Draw your shoulders down and let your thumbs rest right on your chest. Feel the strength right through here. Shoulder to shoulder. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. So we're going to come into a little bit of a hip stretch here from standing. So with a big breath in, lift that right knee up in front of you. I'll do it with you. My hips need some stretching. Keep your foot flexed. Everything draws into center. You see how it was kind of like huddled over? Don't do that. Breathe deeper. Stand up tall. Stack your hips over, your shoulders over your hips. Take a nice deep breath in, crossing the ankle over the knee, and then sit your hips back. Take your heart forward. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. You can stay right here. You can start to bend that left knee slowly. Breathe as the hip stretches out. Just like we did gate pose in the beginning, we were stretching on our side bodies. Sometimes you have to go much slower. If this is enough for you, stay right here. Keep that right foot flexed. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Don't worry, we have another 2 or 3 sides to go, so you'll get to go where we're headed. One more breath in. Straighten out the left leg. Bring the arms up. Exhale your hands to your heart space. Take a nice deep breath in. We'll go to the other side. Inhale the left knee up. Keep that foot flexed. And if you feel yourself caving, again, find your balance. Draw your shoulders to stack over your hips. Feel the crown of your head lift. Ground down through all 4 corners of your feet and then cross that left ankle over your right knee. Sit your hips back. Go slow so you can appreciate what your body's going through here. You're stretching out those hip flexors, but you're focused on balance and taking your heart forward and your hips back. Take a full breath in, and a full breath out. Keep that foot flexed. One more breath in, one more breath out, and then come back to stand nice and slow. Pedal out your feet. Inhale, sweep up. Okay, we're gonna do that on both sides one more time. For those of you that like the arm balance, you're welcome to go into that. You can keep your eyes closed here if you'd like, which makes it much more challenging. But no matter what you're doing, please keep coming back to your breath. Generate a few happy thoughts. So these balancing poses can create some probably unhappy thoughts because we're afraid of falling. I encourage you to find some courage. Courage is a happy thought. Be brave. See what you can do. Nobody will see you if you fall, and hopefully you're practicing on a carpeted floor, so throw some extra pillows around you. You'll be fine. Take a nice deep breath in as you inhale that right knee up in front of you. Keep your right foot flexed and hug everything into your center line. Cross the right ankle over the left knee, and as you get your balance, start to sit your hips back and bend that left knee. And as you lower your hips down and you start to lay right out over your bent legs, maybe your hands come down and they reach the ground. You can stay right here. Stop right there. That's a big move. If you're working your way into the arm balance, that's great too. Hook the toes around the left back of the arm, balancing that knee on the back of the right tricep. You can lean forward. You can rock a little bit, and maybe that's as far as you go. Or you could start to lift that left foot up and see what happens. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, no matter where you are. And then we'll bring both feet back to the earth. Take a full breath in as you rise back all the way up to stand. And bring your hands back to your heart space. Pause and breathe. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. So one more side. And again, you are welcome to hop on or off this train wherever you want. You can stay with standing pigeon, figure 4. You can take it down where your hands touch, or you could come into the arm balance. So take a full breath in, lifting the left knee up in front of you, keeping the left foot flexed. Full breath in, full breath out. Cross the ankle over the right knee. And then when you have your balance, you can begin to bend that right knee to take your hips back. Stay strong in your breath. Focus on something other than the balance. Maybe you're staring straight ahead at the floor. Take another breath in and another breath out. And as you work your way down and maybe your hands reach the ground, that's great. And if they don't, that's great too. Remember the freedom of choice, options. Let it be happy. Not everything has to be a challenge. And if you worked your way into the arm balance by now, take a full breath in as you're continuing to look forward and a full breath out. And then everybody will let their feet come down. Inhaling for a halfway lift. Exhaling for a forward fold. Take a full breath in, rise to stand. Exhale, forward fold, hands come back down. Since we're still working on some hips here, let's go ahead and come into Malasana. So take your feet nice and wide. Point the toes out, let your hips come down. You can sit on a pillow if it's more comfortable, or just resting the elbows on your knees. Hopefully that's enough to bring you some buoyancy into your pelvic floor. So you're still actively engaged through your legs. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Take the left hand down to the ground, sweep the right hand up. Full breath in, exhale, bring that hand down. Take the left hand high. Full breath in, full breath out. Start to lift your hips, but take your feet even further apart. Toes still point out. Oh yes, you know, we're coming into goddess. Lift the hands up, draw the elbows down. Take a full breath in, and on your exhale, bend your knees so that they go out pointed over your toes. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Keep pulling into the low belly, tucking your tailbone, draw the shoulders back. Take a nice deep breath in, out, left elbow goes to left knee. Take those right hands out. Inhale, bring it back up to center, straighten the legs, lift the hands up nice and high. Take a full breath in. Bend the knees back out, bring the elbows back down. Goalpost arms, heart shines forward, shoulders are back. Pause and breathe, find your balance. And then right elbow to right knee. Pause, left hand goes out. Bring it back. Straighten the legs, lift the hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Release your head. Let it go straight down toward the floor. Hands can stay right underneath you, or you could take the right hand to the right ankle, or the right hand to right ankle, left hand to left ankle. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. And then one by one, back up to your hips. Take a full breath in as you rise back up. Bring your feet back in underneath you. And then exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, come back to stand. Hands back to your heart space and pause. Beautiful. How are we doing? Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. It's Monday. Usually Mondays I have a hard time finding happy thoughts, but it's been a good day. I'm focusing on what I can focus on, and usually that begins with my breath. So I encourage you to keep anchoring into that, taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Big breath in, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold right over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your hands down, walk your feet back out to plank. Pause in your plank. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then rinse it off, or just shift your hips back up for down dog. So lowering, keeping your elbows in close to your side bodies, lifting for cobra or up dog. You know the way. And even if you don't, you're just breathing, going through some movement. It's all you got to do. A little flexibility is a good thing. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Intention can be a happy thought. So if you're just watching, that's great. It's one step closer to doing yoga than it was before, right? If you're doing yoga and you're not sure where you're going, it's one step closer than you were before. And if you're in the full force of the practice and you're breathing deeply, put a smile on your face, man. You've got this. Take a full breath in as you sweep the right leg straight out behind you. Exhale, foot forward, planted by your thumb. Swivel the back foot down. Inhale strong into your warrior two. Open up the arms. Palms are down. Keep tracking the right knee out, open toward the right pinky side of the foot, pinky toe side of the foot, and press out on the outside edge of that left foot. Your hips are open here. Take a full breath in as you sweep the right hand open, lift up. And then exhale, come back to your warrior two. Straighten the right leg. We're going to work our way into triangle. So take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Straight legs. Left hip goes back. Reach forward with the right fingertips and then hinge. Hand comes down right below the knee, or you could start to slide it down. But again, I don't want you to roll forward. Keep drawing that left shoulder back. Left hand goes straight up, not behind you. Straight up, nice straight line. From the right hand through the shoulders, out the left hand. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Keep drawing yourself open and staying strong through those legs. Big breath in, big breath out. Look down at the right foot. Either stay in triangle or bend into the right knee and lift up, using your core to come into half moon. And obviously being another balancing pose, that might be a little difficult and you might fall out. That's fine. Fall out, go right back into your triangle. Take another deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then when you've had enough, start to take that left foot back out behind you, rebend the right knee, come back to your warrior two. Flip the right hand, big breath in, stretch up, reach it back. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot, step it back, pause in your plank, rinse it off, and meet back in down dog. You know, there's a little bit to be said for routine. Routine can be a happy thought, where you know where you're going and you know what you need to do. And certainly this time has not been kind for those types of routines. We're so off our game on so many levels, and that's completely fine. So again, come back to that kindness, that happy thought of kindness, knowing that you can have the freedom to either sit in a chair and stare out the window, read a book, turn on TV and binge watch something, decide to get into a healthy routine at home with your cooking. Your options are only limited by your own imagination. We've got one more side here. Ready? Take a full breath in, lift that left leg straight up behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, swivel the right foot down, and immediately open up into your warrior two on the left side. Pause and breathe deep as you ground through your feet, opening up, taking a full breath in and a full breath out, and then opening up the left hand, reach it back up, stretching back. Exhaling, come right back into your warrior two and pause. Straighten the left leg, and then we're going to come into triangle on this side. Take your time as you stack that left knee right over the left ankle, grounding down to the outside edge of that right foot, and your arms are open, palms down, then nice and deep into this left knee. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Flip the left hand, big breath in as you sweep up. Come on back to warrior two, and then straighten that left leg. Shift the right hip back, reach forward, hinging at the hips, stay open across the heart. Don't cave the heart down. Right hand goes high. You can either look up or look straight ahead or look down. Eventually we'll look down because we're going to come into half moon here. So take a deep breath in, pushing off the right foot, straightening the left leg. Again, you know where you're going. It's hard for me to do that on the carpet. I slip, sorry. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Pause and breathe, and then slowly bend that left knee so you can take the right foot back out long behind you. Bend deeply into the left knee, coming back to your warrior two, and now we'll finally rinse this off. So open up the left hand, reach high, and then exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Pause in your plank and decide where you want to go. Rinsing it off, downward facing dog, or child's pose. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. What I've discovered recently too is that connection is definitely one of my happy thoughts. I think the thing I regret the most from being housebound is the inability to just reach out and hug somebody or to connect, to be with them face to face. That's hard. So my new happy thought is Zoom or Facebook Live or FaceTime. Reach out, don't be shy. Use it like you would a phone call. Just FaceTime somebody and say, hey, I want to see your face. It feels good for you, and it sure feels good for the person you're connecting with. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Come back to whatever happy thought that you have. Maybe it's that it's time to move onto the floor and class is coming to a close. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out, inhaling high up onto your toes. Exhale, walk your feet right up in between your hands and pause. Inhale for that halfway lift, stretch out from the crown of your head forward, and then exhale, release it back down. Inhaling, rise high, come up to stand. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Start to bend your knees, bring your hips down. Once your sitting bones get onto the ground, take your legs out long in front of you. Pedal out your feet a little bit, maybe windshield wiper them right to left. There you go. You can see the tips of my toes, right? Take a nice deep breath in. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Flex your feet. Draw the toes closer to your face. And maybe your hands only come to your shins or your ankles, or maybe you can reach down to your feet. But keep drawing your heart forward. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And give yourself some patience here and some pause. So with each breath, you might find that the muscles are getting a little bit more flexible. And you might find a little bit more length here. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, and then walk your hands back up your legs. Bend your knees. Start to lay down. Keeping your knees bent, we're going to come into pigeon on our backs. So cross your right ankle over your left knee. Take a full breath in as you lift the left foot up off the ground. And you can interlace your hands behind the left thigh, but bring the hands closer toward the groin than behind the knee. That way you can help release the shoulders a little bit more. Use your right elbow to help push that right knee away. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Again, pausing and giving yourself the opportunity to let that breath move into the different parts of your body. Maybe where it's stiff and tight. One more breath in, one more breath out. So I want you to leave your legs right where they are, with that right ankle crossed over the left knee. I want you to open up your arms, palms down on the mat, and then just let the right foot go over toward the floor. So your leg unit is just twisting over to the left. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. You can look out over your right shoulder if that's comfortable in your neck. Breathe into the twist as your spine releases. Then using your core, bring the leg unit back up. Place both feet on the ground and pause. Arms down by your side. Take a full breath in as you push down to your feet. Lift your hips up. Come on into a bridge. You can walk your arm bones in underneath you. Just keep wiggling them in until you're just resting on the back of your head, your shoulder blades, and the soles of your feet. Draw your knees in together like you're squeezing a block. Take another big breath in and a big breath out, and then lift up onto your toes. Reach your arms up overhead. Slowly lower down, one vertebrae at a time. Take your time. Use the whole exhale. And then when your hips reconnect, ground your feet. Bring your arms back down by your sides and pause. We'll come into pigeon on the other side. So inhaling, lift the left foot up, cross the left ankle over the right knee. Keep the feet flexed. And then with a breath, inhale, begin to lift the right foot up so you can interlace your hands behind the right thigh. Let your shoulders release. Soften your face. If you're clenching your teeth, release your jaw. You can use your left elbow to help push the left knee away. And you pause and you breathe. And you give yourself time again to come into the moment, into the breath. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Open up your arms, palms down, take them out like a big T. Keeping the leg unit as it is, start to shift at the hips and let the left foot go over toward the floor. You're twisting from the tailbone through the spine, right to the back of the head. So if you want to look over the left shoulder here, you can. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Okay, here's my final happy thought. Shavasana. And it's coming. Shavasana is an amazing healing place where you get to detach and de-stress. It's the greatest gift you can give yourself, I promise. Big breath in, using your core, bring your leg unit back up, give yourself a great big hug. And then extend your legs long on your mat. Let your hands be maybe 45 degrees away from your side bodies, palms up. Roll your head right to left, and then tip your chin down so that that bony part of the back of your head is flat on your mat. Soften your eyes as you close them. Take another full breath in and a slow exhale out. And when it's time to come out of Shavasana, I'll ring my chimes so you'll know. One more breath in. And as you exhale, Shavasana. Start to deepen your breath. Really fill up, taking a full inhale and a full exhale. And then you can place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Or you could draw your knees into your chest and roll to the right side. As you lie here for a minute, or just pause with your hand on your heart or your belly, come back to those happy thoughts, whatever they may be, because I know you have them. And if you need a little bit of scientific proof, just remember, I posted this just for you right now. Thinking happy thoughts literally creates a positive chemical change in the brain, which stimulates both positive physical and psychological benefits. That's what we need now. So take care of you, be kind, take care of others, FaceTime, Zoom, reach out, write a letter. Keep fostering some happiness. The light and truth in me sees that in all of you. Grateful for your participation, your connection, your dedication. I'm so grateful for all of you. Together we say, Namaste.